Okay, good morning. Just trying to make sure everybody can see me. Yes, a little better this morning with the camera angle. Just move back slightly. Hopefully that's okay. Maybe a little bit down. All right. Oh no. Okay, lovely. All right, good morning, yogis. Hi. In a new room today, which hopefully will be better for the camera angle. I'm not so sure about the lighting, but hopefully it'll be all right. Usually this room is quite bright, but it's a little bit dull today. So we're going to start lying down. So if you want to grab yourselves your water or anything that you think you might need for the rest of the practice. I don't think we're going to need any props or anything like that, so we don't need to worry about that. And we're going to be working into the core. And yeah, so get yourself settled and we'll begin shortly. Okay, I hope you're all having a nice weekend. Weather's not been so great this weekend, but hopefully next week you might start seeing some more sunshine and some dry weather. So yeah, feel free to make yourselves comfortable on your mat, lie down. Allow your body to just settle. Allow your full body to just melt into the mat. And close your eyes. And just feel the connection between your body and the ground beneath you, wherever you are this morning. Allow your energy to switch on. Relax the feet and the toes. Allow your feet to hang out to the sides of your mat. Allow your legs to become soft as they ground down into the earth. Allow your lower back to come gently down onto the mat. Allow your spine to lengthen and your shoulders to sink down away from your ears if they're not already. Feel the connection between your arms and the backs of your hands as your palms face up towards the ceiling. Allow your jaw to become soft and allow your forehead to become soft. Take a deep breath in through your nose and then release through your mouth. Once more, in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just begin to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. And observe. Observe which parts of the body your breath is being sent to. Observe how you're breathing, whether it's shallow or deep, long or fast. And wherever you're at, just allow the breath to soften. Allow each inhale and each exhale to lengthen. Slowing down heart rates. Allowing that sense of calm to wash over your body. Allowing the sense of calm to wash over your mind. I invite you to take your breath into your abdomen. And as you inhale, your belly will start to rise, filling up with air. And on your exhale, your belly will fall. You'll draw your navel back towards your spine. Inhale, belly rises. On your exhale, at the base of your exhale, I want you to engage your pelvic floor. This is your root lock, your Mula Bandha. If you're not so sure what I'm talking about, it's just a subtle sort of contraction around the pelvis area, squeezing the muscles around the lower abdomen to create a tightening and a strength. And as you inhale through your nose, expanding the belly, you release the pelvic floor lock. And when you exhale, releasing the air, you switch that Mula Bandha on. Inhale, belly rises, release Mula Bandha. Exhale, navel to spine. Switch on that root lock. Continue doing this for a few more rounds of breath. So we'll be using our locks, our root lock, and also our Uddiyana Bandha, our abdominal lock today. Lots of strength and core work. Don't worry if it's not something that you're familiar with. Just allow your breath to take you through your practice. On your next inhale, release Mula Bandha and allow the breath to travel all the way up through the chest and into the shoulders. And on your exhale, allow the shoulders to drop. Release the breath from the chest and the rib cage, and then allow your abdomen to fall. Switching on Mula Bandha. Inhale, belly rises. Send the breath all the way up. Exhale, release the breath. Switching on Uddiyana Bandha, your abdominal lock, and then also your root lock at the base of your exhale. Maybe you pause. And then release on your inhale. Allow that breath to fill up your lungs, fill up your body, travel all the way up. to your shoulders, and then release. Repeat this rhythm and round of breathing 2 more times. If you have an Ujjayi breath in your practice, then please feel free to introduce that now. Ujjayi breathing is a subtle contraction at the back of the throat, like an oceanic breath, an audible breath. It can help to regulate the breathing. It can help to focus your breathing. So if you find yourself throughout the practice holding your breath or struggling to breathe, you can introduce and practice Ujjayi just to control that rhythm. Switch on the parasympathetic nervous system. One more time, inhale. Send the breath all the way up through the body. Exhale, release. Your next inhale, just bring your breath back to your natural rhythm and gently flutter open your eyes, and we'll begin to work into the body. So circling into your wrists and your ankles. Maybe giving yourself a full body stretch. It is Sunday morning after all. Some of you may have just woken up, so allow yourself that time to just stretch off the body, and then we'll begin to move into the legs and the core. So as you inhale, bring your right leg in towards your chest and give it a hug. And then as you exhale, prepare to move that right leg over to the left-hand side for a gentle twist. Don't feel like you need to bring it all the way over. We're just warming into the body this morning. Inhale all the way back to center, release the right leg. Repeat on the left, bringing the left leg in towards the body, giving it a nice big hug. And then gently allowing it to rotate over to the right-hand side. Again, just allowing for a nice twist in the left side of the body. Inhale back to center, exhale, release both legs. And then just draw both of them in towards your chest and give yourself a bit of a hug, rock from side to side. And then release your left leg all the way down to the floor, lengthen it out, and then we're going to lift and lengthen the right leg up towards the ceiling, placing the right hand behind the thighs or behind the shin, wherever is comfortable for you. And then we're just going to bring our hands to our hips, if you can, if that's nice. And inhaling to lengthen through that right leg, and then exhaling to allow it to come down to the floor. But as you do, I just want you to hover. It's about 2 inches from the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lengthen. And on your exhale, switch on that root lock, that abdominal lock, and allow your leg to hover. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Repeat on the left. Raising your left leg into the sky, allowing the heel to go high, really lengthening out that hamstring this morning. And then just releasing your hands if they're on the back of the thigh. Don't worry if your leg drops slightly. Inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, lower your left leg down to the floor. Let it hover off the mat. Inhale, lengthen. And lift, keeping your hips on the floor and your lower back as you exhale, engaging that pelvic floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. All right, this time, inhale, lift both of your legs into the sky. Doesn't matter if there's a slight bend in your knee, that's natural at this time in the morning with your hamstrings being a little bit tight and not used to movement if you've just woken up. Keeping your hands on your hips if that's comfortable, or you can bring your palms down to the floor to give you a little bit more stability. We're going to inhale to lengthen through the legs. And as you exhale, we're going to bring both of them down to the floor, engaging through that Mula Bandha, that root lock, as we hover the legs and the feet about 2 inches above the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. And then inhale, bring them all the way back up. And we're just going to scissor. So this time I want you to lengthen the left leg down to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Keeping those legs nice and long, not allowing the heels to touch the ground. Engaging through that core, keeping the spine nice and flat on the mat. 2 more times. Once each side, right down. Exhale. And then draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself another big hug. And then just cross the feet at the ankles and we'll rock and roll up and down the spine. Coming into a seated position. Okay. We're going to roll over the ankles and come into tabletop. Now we're going to be doing quite a lot of work on the wrists today and on the hands. So if we just practice rotating the wrists round while we're in tabletop, just so that we can warm them up, lubricate those joints. Maybe you want to turn the palms up and down. Or maybe you want to rotate them, give them a little shake out. And then when you feel like you've given them a little bit of a working, we're going to come into tabletop. And then we're going to inhale, raise that right arm high. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring your chest, the side of your face down to the floor. Allow your right shoulder to land on the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Repeat on the left. Inhale, raise your left hand high. Exhale, allow that shoulder to come underneath. And the left arm to go all the way to the other side of the room. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands to the mat. Let's run through some cat-cows. Inhaling into your cow. Shoulders are back away from the ears. Tailbone is lengthened towards the ceiling. Exhale, rounding that spine. Inhale, arching the back, drawing the tailbone up. Gaze comes forwards. Exhale, navel lifts. Push the mat away. Allow the spine to ease out. Mobilizing into the back here. Lengthening and out that spine. Ready for our practice. Inhaling into your cow. Exhaling into your cat. Coming into a place of stillness, we're just going to move into a plank now. So grounding your fingers down onto the floor and making sure that they're as wide as they can be. Shoulders stacked over wrists. We're going to extend our right leg back to the back of the mat. Extend our left leg back. Now you want to try and have a really nice straight back in your plank. Shoulders again over wrists. Nice stability here. Heels pushing towards the back of the room. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, we're just going to shift into downward facing dog. Chest comes towards the thighs. Ears in line with the biceps. Heels come down towards the floor. Inhale back into your plank. Keep that bottom lifted. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 more times. Inhale, plank. Ground through the index finger and thumb. Exhale, downward facing dog. Push into the heels with your hands. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last one. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now come to a place of stillness in your down dog. Just checking in with your alignment. If you want to move and pedal your feet out, lengthening your heels down towards the floor just to ease out those hamstrings a little bit more, then please feel free to do this. Keeping your breath moving, allowing each inhale to lengthen any part of the body that feels a little bit stiff this morning, and the exhale just to create space for you to move into that posture. All right, we're coming to a child's pose now, so take an inhale, and on the exhale, lower your knees, bring your knees out wide, and your toes to touch, and sink your heels back, lengthening your hands forwards, and bringing your forehead down to the mat. If you want to set an intention for your class today, then please feel free to do this now while you're in child's pose. We're going to be working into the core, our core strength, and we're going to be doing a few arm balances as well. Excuse me. A lot of the practice is involving the solar plexus chakra, which is the third chakra, and it sits in the solar plexus. And this denotes our self-esteem, our confidence, our willpower, strength, and determination. So hopefully, by the end of the practice, you might feel a little bit more, strong, hopefully. So if you want to just set the intention for yourself, or if you want to send that energy of your practice to somebody else, then feel free to do this here, and then you can check back in with your intention throughout the practice. Take 2 more breaths in child's pose. And then come back up into tabletop, checking your alignment once more, making sure everything is stacked in the correct position. We're going to move straight into a downward facing dog. Tuck the toes and send the tailbone high. Downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. All right, tailbone is lengthened. Remember, you can keep a gentle bend in the knees if those hamstrings are really tight this morning. Okay, take 1 breath. On your next inhale, lengthen your right leg up towards the ceiling, keeping your hips square, keeping your shoulders square, flexing your right foot. On your exhale, bring your right knee towards your nose. Round your spine like you did in the tabletop cat. And see if you can touch your nose with your knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, this time bring your right knee to your left elbow and twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your right foot down. We'll repeat on the left. Pushing down through the heels of your hands and that index finger and thumb. Inhale to lengthen your left leg, keeping your hips square, flexing your left foot. Exhale, round your spine, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower down. And then just gently creep your hands back towards your feet. Nice, generous bend in the knees, keeping your feet at hip distance apart. Coming into your first forward fold of the practice, Uttanasana. Head hangs heavy. Allow your chest to come and touch your thighs. Gaze between your shins. Inhale into your halfway lift, your Ardha Uttanasana. Now your hands must touch something. Allow your back to become nice and straight. Crown of your head is reaching forwards. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, straight spine, straight legs. Swan dive those arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Hands might touch. Exhale, Samasthiti. All right, come to the top of your mat and we'll begin. Setting up in your Tadasana, your mountain posture. Big toes to touch. Slither there in between your heels. Roll your shoulders back and down. Maybe close your eyes just for a second. Inhale through your nose. Release through your mouth. Open the eyes. And we rise. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Send those hands high, palms might touch. Exhale, hinge and fold at your hips, keeping a bend in the knees as we come down to our Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands and step back into your high plank. Again, checking your alignment here, take an in-breath. As you exhale, lower your knees, untuck your toes, bring your chest down to the floor, elbows in at the rib cage. Inhale, push to the tops of your feet, Bhujangasana. Exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, come down onto your knees. Just pivot on your right knee and send your right foot out to the side slightly. Inhale to extend that left leg over to the side, planting your left foot on the floor and raising that left hand high into the sky for a modified side plank. Gaze can be up towards your fingers. Nice stacking of the shoulders on top of one another. Keep breathing. Inhale to lengthen as you push that hip high. Exhale, come back into your tabletop. Release your feet, tuck your toes, send your tailbone high, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and walk a step to the front of your mat, landing in your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift, send that line of energy through the crown of your head. Exhale, fold. Inhale, straight spine, reverse swan dive all the way up. Send the energy all the way up through the fingers to the ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, let's repeat on the left. Setting up in your Tadasana. Breathe in, hands come above your head. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Uttanasana, forward fold, head hangs heavy, gentle bend in your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step back into your high plank. Take an in-breath here as you set up your alignment. Exhale, lower down through knees, chest, chin. Allowing those arms to be in at your rib cage. Ground down to the feet, engage through the glutes as you lift into Bhujangasana, low cobra. Exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Again, gentle bending your knees if you need to this morning. Please don't feel like you need to bring your heels down at the start of the class. 2 breaths. Inhale, come down onto your knees. Release your feet and then pivot your left knee out to the side, making sure your left hand is stacked underneath your left shoulder. Inhale to lengthen that right foot out to the side and raise your right hand high, checking your shoulders are stacked, sending your right hip up towards the ceiling. Gaze comes up towards your fingers for your modified Vashisthasana, side plank. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale, lower your hand. Bring yourself back to tabletop. Tuck your toes. Send your tailbone high, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend into those knees and step or walk forwards into your Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, tabletop back. Send that tailbone towards the back of the room. Exhale, fold. Breathing in, reverse swan dive. Send those hands high. Allow that line of energy to come all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, nice guys. Let's move through another round. Palms facing forwards. Roll the shoulders down and back. Allow yourself to become nice and relaxed through your body. Inhale, rise. Lift and lengthen through the sides of your body. Exhale, fold. Hinge at the hips. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant those hands. Step back into your high plank. Take an in-breath. And exhale through knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana if this is in your practice. Inhale, upward facing dog, or Bhujangasana, low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Inhale, lift and lengthen that right leg all the way up to the ceiling, flexing in your right foot. As you exhale, I want you to bend your knee, come forward onto it, rolling your back, and then allow your right foot to come to your left elbow, and then plant your right foot on the floor. Pivot on your left foot, and come all the way up into your fallen star. Gaze comes up towards your fingers. Checking that alignment, checking your shoulders are stacked on top of one another. Take some breaths here, 2. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release your left hand. Step back into your 3-legged dog. Exhale, release your foot onto the floor. Take 2 breaths in your down dog. Inhale, lift that left leg high. Flexing your left foot. We're going to repeat what we've just done. Exhale, bring your knee to your right elbow, and then lengthen your left foot out to the side. Pivot on your right foot, and inhale into your fallen star, or fallen triangle on this side. Pushing those hips high. Keep breathing. Allow the breath to ease you into this posture. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release your right hand. Step back into your 3-legged dog. Exhale, release into your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and walk, step, or jump to the top of your mat, landing once more in your Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up to standing, Utthita Hatha into Tadasana. Exhale, Samastiti. Nice. Take a drink, guys. I'm going to open a window. And just hope that it's not too noisy. Okay. Let's flow. All right, coming into your Tadasana, your mountain posture. Big toes touch, so they're there in between your heels. We're going to sink the hips back and come into our Utkatasana, chair pose. Inhale, Utkatasana. Tailbone comes down, bottom ribs draw in, arms come long. Take a minute here. Breathing in. As you exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Again, checking your alignment, make sure you can see your toes over your knees. Take an inhale to prepare. And as we exhale, we're going to twist to the left, bringing that right elbow over our left thigh, gazing up towards the ceiling, keeping breathing, drawing that belly button in. If your right knee is popped out, then just bring it back in line, making sure your hips are square. Keep breathing here. Take an inhale to prepare. Soften those shoulders. As you exhale, step back with your right foot into a modified high lunge with a twist. Keep breathing. Keep that breath nice and strong. Inhale, coming into your high lunge, strong through your right leg. Exhale, plant your hands on the floor and step back into your high plank. Take an inhale here. Exhale through vinyasa of your choice. Knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, bend the knees, tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Inhale, we're going to come over into our plank. And we're just going to make sure we're set up correctly here. So check your alignment. You can drop to your knees at this point if you want. We're going to move into Vashisthasana, which is side plank. In fact, we're going to do the variation here. All right, and then on the next round, we can move into the full side plank. So dropping to your knees. Again, allowing that right foot to go out to the side. Inhaling and lifting your left hand high and coming into your modified side plank. Gaze is up towards just the ceiling. Keep breathing in this posture. If you feel like you want to, you can maybe ground down through that left foot and then lift your right knee off the floor. Making sure you're really pushing down through your left little toe. Exhale, lower. If you feel like you want to play around some more, you can inhale, lift that left leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bringing your hands all the way back down into your tabletop. Tucking your toes and sending your tailbone high, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and walk, step or jump to the top of your mat. Landing in that forward fold. Breathing in, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. Send that tailbone down towards the floor. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, we'll repeat that on the second side. So coming into your Tadasana, your mountain posture. Big toes to touch so they're there in between your heels. Inhale, sink your hips back and down. Utkatasana. Nice long line of energy from your tailbone all the way up to your fingers. Nice relaxed shoulders. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Take a moment here to check in with your alignment. Draw those bottom ribs in and up. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, twist to the right. Bringing your left elbow over your right thigh. Just check that your left knee hasn't shifted forward. Bring it back in line with your right. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to step back. Woo, don't worry if you wobble. Into your high lunge with a twist on this side. Again, making sure that your knee is stacked over your ankle, strong through your left leg. Inhale to come back to center, high lunge. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into your high plank. Take a breath here. Inhale, and then lower down through Vinyasa of your choice. Chaturanga Dandasana or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing dog or Bhujangasana, hello cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Heels come towards the floor. Gentle bend your knees if you need to. Gaze towards your feet. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, come down into your tabletop. Untuck your toes. Send that left foot. Pivot it out to the side slightly. And then we're going to take an inhale and rise into our modified side plank on this side. Right fingers up towards the ceiling. Right foot is pressed down into the floor. Shoulders are stacked. If you want to take this a little bit further, again, feel free. Grounding down through the heel of your left hand and grounding down through that right foot. Inhale to lift your left knee off. Exhale, lower. Inhale, maybe lift your right leg off. Exhale, lower. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bring your hand all the way back down. Coming back into tabletop. Tucking your toes and sending that tailbone high, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Inhale, heels lift. Breathe out on the base of your exhale. Step or jump to the top of your mat. Land once more in your Uttanasana. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Hands come above your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Awesome. All right, let's go through second round of this with a full Vashisthasana, and then we'll move into a flow as well. Take a drink if you need to. All right. Tadasana, mountain posture. Big toes to touch, slither around between your heels. Shoulders are nice and relaxed and away from the ears. Again, just close your eyes. Maybe check back in with your intention here. Allow yourself to become grounded. Take an inhale through your nose. Release through your mouth. Open your eyes if they're not already. Inhale, rise. Hands come above your head. Exhale, hinge and fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. We're going to exhale into our Utkatasana. Tailbone is back and down. Gaze comes forwards. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, twist to the left. Bringing that right elbow over the left knee. Allow yourself time to check back that you're all aligned and your hips are in line. Your knees not popping out. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, step back into your high lunge, your high twisted lunge. Gaze still up towards the ceiling. Torso is turning around. Inhale into your high lunge here. As you exhale, plant your hands and step back into your high plank. Take an in breath. As you exhale through knees, chest, chin or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or Bhujangasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. As you inhale, come over into your high plank. And then we're going to try Vashisthasana on this side. So on your right side, grounding down through your right hand. We're just going to pivot onto our right, the outside of our right foot. And inhale to lift that left arm really high. Making sure the shoulders are stacked on one another. And gaze comes up towards your left fingers. Send your hips, your left hips high. You've got a really nice line of energy all the way through your body. Keep breathing. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring your hand back down towards a high plank. And exhale into your downward facing dog. Nice, take 2 breaths here. Inhale, lift that right leg high. Exhale, bring your right foot through and plant it between your hands. Pivot on your left foot and come over into your warrior 2, your Virabhadrasana 2. Now allow yourself a little bit of time to set up. Make sure your alignment is correct here. Nice gentle bend in that front knee. Gaze comes over your right middle finger. Take a few moments to settle in with your breath, or for me to settle in with my breath. Strong through those legs. Strong warrior posture. Inhale, reach forward, flip your palm. As you exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Parsvakonasana. Send that left hand all the way high. See if you can get that lovely line of energy from your left little toe all the way up to your left fingers. Shoulder is nice and relaxed. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale, lengthen out that front leg. Heel toe your foot in slightly, we'll set up for our Trikonasana. Inhale, all the way forward, reach forward. As you exhale, come down, bringing your right foot down, lengthening that left hand all the way up to the ceiling. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, place your hands on your hips and pivot back round into a high lunge. Inhale to rise. Exhale, plant your hands on the floor, step back into your high plank, and then exhale, we're going to go straight into downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, and when you jump forwards or step forwards, I want you to come into a Malasana, a yogi squat at the front of the mat. So if you're stepping, you can bring your right foot to the outside of your right hand. your left foot to the outside of your left hand, and then squat down into your Malasana. If you feel like you want to jump through from your down dog, then please feel free. From your down dog, you can jump through to your Malasana. All right. So we're just going to stay here in our yogi squat with our toes pointing out, and our elbows can come on the insides of our thighs, making sure that we're comfortable in this position. Back is nice and straight, nice and lengthened. We're just going to stay here for a couple of breaths. All right. If you want to move into Bakasana with me, then please feel free to do so. If you want to try it, then you can grab a cushion or a pillow and bring it in front of your, just at the top of your mat, in front of your head. And if you don't want to try Bakasana, if you don't want to come into crow pose, you can stay in your Malasana squat like this, or you can just practice the preparation for crow by lifting and lengthening your tailbone up towards the ceiling, chaturanga in your arms, and then coming back down again. All right. So crow posture, Bakasana. Hands are spread nice and widely on the mat. So you might want to heel toe your feet in a little bit now from that Malasana squat, so the toes are pointing forward. You want to chaturanga into your arms. So what I mean by chaturanga is just bending into your arms slightly so that the crease of your elbows point towards the top of your mat. All right, so when we're here, coming onto the balls of our feet, lifting and lengthening that tailbone up towards the ceiling, chaturanga in your arms, coming onto your tiptoes and sending your knees onto that little shelf on the back of your triceps, maybe trying to get them to snuggle into your armpits, and then gazing beyond the top of your mat. Try not to look down at your feet. You gaze, your neck is long. Take an inhale to prepare. As you exhale, engage that core, engage through Mula Bandha. Maybe try and lift one foot or lift the other. Or if you feel like you want to go straight into it, shift the weight slightly forward, ground down through those hands. Engage through that root lock, through your abdominal lock, and lift into your crow pose, your Bakasana. Remember to keep breathing here. Inhale, exhale, release Bakasana. Rest for a moment here before you inhale into your Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold once more. Inhale, straighten out spine, straighten out those legs, send those hands high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice, well done, guys. All right, so we're gonna repeat that on the opposite side. Coming into your Tadasana, your mountain posture. Big toes are touching, so they're in between your heels. Ground down through those feet. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hinge and fold. Uttanasana, head hangs. Inhale, halfway lift that back. Exhale, Utkatasana. Sink that tailbone down towards the floor. Exhale, hands come to your heart center. All right, take an in-breath to prepare. As you exhale, engage through your core and twist to your right, bringing your left elbow over your right knee. Gaze comes up towards the ceiling. Ground down through that right foot. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, step back into your twisted high lunge. All right, strong through your left leg, strong through your right leg. Gaze up to the ceiling. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, plant your hands on the floor and step back into your high plank. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale, lower down through chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. Take 2 breaths. Step back in with your intention. Take your time. Inhale, come over into your high plank. Making sure those shoulders are stacked underneath your shoulders. We're going to come into Vashisthasana on the left-hand side. Ground down into your left palm. Pivot on your feet. Come over onto the outside edge of your left foot. And inhale to raise your right hand high. Gazing up towards your right fingers. Lifting those hips high. Nice, long, lovely line of energy. Keep breathing. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hand on the floor. Come back into your high plank and send your tailbone high, downward facing dog. Take another 2 breaths. Inhale, you're going to lift your left leg high. Exhale, bring it forward and plant it between your hands. Pivot on your right foot. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Again, strong through your core, strong through these legs. Grounding down through your back little toe. Gaze is towards your left fingers. This is your drishti. Take 2 breaths. Check back in with your intention. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Gaze comes up towards your fingers. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Allow the energy to come all the way up from your left little toe, all the way up to your right fingers. Sorry, your right little toe to your right fingers. Breathe. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale, straighten out that leg. Bring your hands to your hips. Heel toe your back leg in, setting up for your Trikonasana. Inhale, reach forwards. Exhale, left hand comes down, right hand comes high. Gaze up towards your fingers. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to hips. Step in slightly, back into your high lunge. Inhale, rise. Exhale, plant your hands on the floor. Step back into your high plank. Take an in-breath here. As you exhale through knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice, all right, take 2 breaths. We're going to come into a yogi squat again. So if you want to inhale and exhale and then step your right foot forwards or step your left foot forwards, so your feet are on the outside of your hands, or you can inhale to prepare. Exhale, bend your knees and jump into your yogi squat at the front of your mat. Again, setting yourself up for your Bakasana. If you just want to try the posture here, then feel free. For what you can do is heel toeing those feet in slightly and just resting the knees on the back of your triceps and just practicing shifting that weight backwards and forwards. Lifting the tailbone and lengthen, bending the elbows, and just practice shifting the weight forwards and backwards, grounding down through those fingers. Every exhale, engage in Mula Bandha in that root lock, your pelvic floor. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, maybe shift your weight, maybe lift one foot, maybe lift the other, maybe lift both. Exhale, release. All right. Once you're here in you release, maybe you're still in your Malasana, your yogi squat, we're just going to come all the way down to the floor. So releasing your bottom onto the mat. Nice. Bringing your legs out long. Flexing your feet and just taking a moment in your Dandasana here. Just to rest. Just to allow your body to feel all of that tapas, that's nice energy that you created in this practice. If you've not been doing as much cardio recently like me, then maybe you're a little bit out of breath. It's definitely feeling not having the gym to go to, but hopefully that'll all change soon. So once you've just taken a few moments in your Dandasana, you're going to bend your knees and bring your heels in towards your bottom slightly. Maybe shift your weight back into your sit bones. And allow your back to come a little bit further backwards so that your chest can expand towards the front of the room. Arms can come out to the sides, the palms facing upwards. We're going to move into our Navasana, our boat posture. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, engage through your core and lift your heels. Shoulders are nice and away from your ears. Chest is lifted. Keep that core engaged through the pelvic floor, your Mula Bandha. All right. If you want to extend your legs fully, please feel free to do so. But you can always just stay here. Keep breathing. We're going to do some core work before we come down onto the ground. So inhale, we're going to lengthen. Exhale, we're going to come back up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, engage through Mula Bandha. Engage through your core. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, engage through that core to bring yourself back up. Once more. Inhale, lengthen. Keep that chest lifted. Exhale. And then as we slowly release all the way down to the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, a slight reprieve. All right. Coming into the last moments of your practice now. Just allow your body to have a bit of a rest here. Take some deep breaths in through your nose. Release through your mouth. Maybe you want to rotate your wrists again. We've done some nice work into our hands and our arms today. Okay. And then bringing your right knee in towards your chest, giving it a nice hug. Placing your left hand on the outside of your right knee, and then just guiding that right knee over to the left, allowing for a nice twist in the lower part of your torso here. Gaze can be over at your right fingers if that feels nice on your neck. Inhale, come all the way back to center. And then exhale, release your leg. We'll repeat on the left. Inhale, bring your left leg in towards your chest. Give yourself a hug. Placing your right hand on the outside of your left knee. Bring your left arm long. And then just guiding your left knee over to the right hand side. Gaze can come over to your left fingers if you like. Keep breathing into this posture. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Release your left leg. Then bring both of your knees in towards your chest and give yourself a big hug. Plant your feet on the ground. We're just going to move into a modified bridge just to ease off that back. So heels and feet are planted into the floor. Heels are coming towards the bottom slightly. Pressing down through your palms, your arms are long. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, just lift into just a gentle bridge posture here. Engage through your glutes and just lift those hips high. Take a few breaths. Just allowing the body to ease out any more tension. And slowly release onto the floor. Bringing your legs out long. Give yourself a full body stretch, pointing your toes, pointing your hands. And then if you want to come into happy baby, please feel free to do so. Bringing your knees in towards your chest, sending the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling, and grabbing onto the inside or the outside of the soles of your feet with your hands. Maybe you want to rock backwards and forwards, from side to side. Nice. And then just lowering gently your legs all the way back down onto the floor. Allowing your feet to come to the edges of your mat. Allowing your arms to come out long and your palms facing up. Bring your chin slightly towards your chest and close your eyes. Lengthening out through the back of your neck. Just allow your practice, the tapas and the energy and the heat from your practice to linger here for a moment. Allow your whole body to sink back down into the mat. Feeling each point of connection between you and the earth. Inhale through your nose. Release through your mouth. One more time. Deep inhale through your nose. And when you exhale, stick your tongue out and breathe out through a lion's breath. And then coming all the way back to your normal rhythm of breathing. Relaxing your forehead and allowing your jaw to soften. Shavasana. Whenever you're ready, just allow your awareness to come back to your mind, back to your breath, and back to your body. Allow your breath to become a little deeper and a little longer. Start to make some gentle movements in your fingers and your toes, your wrists and your ankles. Maybe give yourself a full body stretch. And then, whenever you're ready, bringing your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a huge hug. maybe rocking from side to side gently, and then allowing yourself to roll over onto your right hand side, making a pillow for your head with your right arm. And whenever you're ready, just slowly making your way up to a comfortable seated position at the top of your mat, crossing your legs in Sukhasana, and then bringing your hands to heart center, bowing your chin towards your chest, closing your eyes, relaxing everything in your body. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Bring your thumbs to rest in between your eyebrows, connecting to that space where your third eye resides, your mind space. Thank you for practicing with me this Sunday morning. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you next week. The light in me honors and salutes the light in you. Namaste. Thank you, guys. As always, thanks for joining on a Sunday morning. And if you're watching this later on, then well done for even tuning in on a Sunday. I know that it can be quite tough sometimes, depending on what you've done the previous day. But yeah, as I say, any questions, just please feel free to send me a message, drop me an email or anything like that, and I'll see you on Wednesday. All right, thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye.